Hey everybody, stream time. Stream time is nigh. How is everybody doing out there tonight? We are live from the Apocalypse, a not-for-profit TTRPG studio that raises money for charities and other various nonprofit organizations through our content. Right now, we are raising money for the medical aid for Palestinians, doing a lot of good work in Gaza right now. And so, if you like what we are doing, what you are seeing us do, and we sincerely hope that that is the case, you will notice we have hidden the subscribe button from you. Because we would prefer that rather than paying us in blips or chits or any other Amazon corporate script that Jeffy B is taking half of right off the top, that you take that money and you give it just directly to the causes that we are organizing for. I had a thought and it went right out of my head. Anyway, don't look for the subscription button. We can't get rid of it completely. Something answer me these riddles 3. You know the drill. You probably know the drill. Anyway, tonight we be doing Power Rangers. It's gonna be pretty cool, I think. Do you want to go? How do we have set up in the OBS wheel? Is it left to right or right to left?
Usually do left to right. I
Left to
usually
right?
start.
Okay. All right. Well, do you want to start us off? Introduce yourself.
Sure. Hello. Hi. My name is Will. I am one of the players here. I don't normally do these. I normally go last, and I normally am running the game. And I'm very out of practice with this. I play Parker. I play your red Phoenix Rampant Ranger here on Rangers Rampant, and we both use he/him pronouns. And there he is, morphed. And yeah, that's it for me.
Oh shit! It's my turn.
It is, yeah.
Hey, what's up? My name is Eli. I am playing Kit Wells, your unicorn green rampant ranger. We both go by Eddie in all pronouns, and yeah.
Hi, I'm Julia. I go by she, they. Tonight I'm playing Helen Matthews, who goes by she, her, and she is the yellow Griffin Rampant Ranger. And she's probably having the best time out of everyone, let's be so for real.
I mean, we're all having a pretty good time after last time.
Yeah.
True. We're improving.
We're
Yeah.
improving.
Net positive.
I guess whenever Della joins us, we can have her do hers.
Yeah,
But-
we'll have a little sidebar when Della joins.
Mhm.
Just a little for right now in the just a little thing in the credits there. It's like special guest star.
I'm so excited.
Hey everybody, guess this is my turn. It's me up here in the tube. As you can hear, I'm having one. Voice still fucked. After illness and Magfest. So that's going to make the monsters especially interesting tonight. We're all going to see how that goes. I'm the storyteller, he, him pronouns, and I am going to be doing all of the people, the monsters with their horrible raspy voices, and just the regular people NPCs who are also going to sound like monsters because they are also going to have horrible raspy voices. It's going to be incredibly confusing trying to tell who is who in this episode. And with that in mind, I think we will begin. Our opening shot is the interior of a warehouse somewhere in Grail Cove. What little we can see outside of the filthy, frosted, cracked window is desolate. The interior is caked in years of dust and disuse on top of geologic strata of industrial grime. But despite this derelict appearance, it is not, in fact, abandoned. The space is filled with repurposed machinery that has been twisted somehow. There is something to its function that seems alien and profane. Cables and industrial divots and pipes almost like tentacles. I know I was looking for a word and I didn't find the word I was looking for, and I said a word, and as soon as they said the word, I was like, that was not, I don't know what words you were looking for, but I don't think it was in a category with divot. We're moving on. We're continuing. Oh, there's the music. These pipes seem to almost kind of pulsate with a life of their own, casting shadows in the gloom over workstations covered in art supplies. There are piles of clay, discarded, rusty sculpting knives, half-formed, half-finished shapes of hulking, monstrous creatures, piles of old newspaper, news clippings, canvases smeared with faded pictures and plaster and blood. We don't see anyone here, but over the din of the pulsing, throbbing kiln. See, that was the word I was looking for. None regrets.
Gross.
There is a sound like glass being dragged across porcelain, and a high voice whose upper register almost seems to fade into that tinny, glassy sound. Remember, we have a job to do. Elsewhere in the studio, someone hunched almost painfully in rapt obsession with the work in front of them, says, I remember the bargain. No problem holding up my end. Just make sure you can hold up yours. Glassy voice almost seems to giggle in a sound like a shattering vase. Don't pretend like you haven't enjoyed doing your part. In fact, I think you've maybe enjoyed it a little too much. You've lost sight of the goal. And that's why I've decided to call in a little help. from an old friend of mine. Figure hunched over the table tenses. His fist grips a sculpting knife until veins pop out of their hand or head. A rage that quickly seems to turn to the full body sobbing. Anyway, it's time for the Fish and Chips Festival. Meanwhile,
Wait a minute.
elsewhere in Grail Cove,
Feels like we just had
it's time for Fish and Chips
and
Fest.
So wait,
Feels like we just had a festival.
that was a park dedication.
Yeah.
And the Renaissance Fair.
Yeah, there's a lot of fests in Grail Cove.
Which in theory, the Renaissance Festival is always happening. We're just not always there.
Fair.
Yeah.
It's a busy place. A
Yeah.
lot of gig work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It is time for the Fish and Chips Fest. And I'm going to turn down the music so I can describe this bumping upbeat scene that we got before us here. It's beach time, baby. It's beach time.
Beach episode?
It's a beach episode. I'm giving you guys a beach episode. And it's going to be fun.
Love a beach episode.
The sun is shining. Music is pounding as people throng the shores of Grail Cove for, as was hopefully pointed out, yet another festival. It's almost as if they are trying really, really hard to pretend that everything is cool and great.
It's like that.
Mm-hmm. It be like that.
There are a number of booths set up all up and down the boardwalk that are showcasing local businesses. There are a number of technology exhibits from the tech companies that have set up in Grail Cove over the last several years. In fact, it's kind of a punny name, like fish and then also chips. They've tried to do like waffle fries that are like circuit board things, but mostly they just end up coming out like weird, gnarly waffle fries.
I think sand would be a bad thing for them.
What, for waffle fries?
I meant the tech companies, but
I mean, salt water isn't great for it, but I mean, this is where the alien tech is, so this is where they're going to set up business. And we're going to catch up with what the rest of our crew is, their or townies, if you will, are doing at the Fish and Chips Fest. Because let's be real, what else would they be doing? What else would they be doing in Grail Cove? Can you think of a better thing to be doing? No, you cannot. If you think that it's better, you're wrong. But we are instead going to first check in with our very much out of townie. First, Della, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Do you actually mind quickly introducing yourself?
Yes. So I'm Della, but I will be playing Aethelflaed, who is just call her Flay. Who is very much from not here specifically. She's probably wandering around looking sort of not lost. She's interested in the technology.
Yeah, just
She's
fucking
probably
rip it,
wearing
baby. Slop
deeply
that down,
anachronistic
dude.
clothing.
Yeah, dude, crack one for the
Sort
big
of
boy.
would have fit in better at the Renaissance Festival from session 1, better than she fits in here. But it is still like if people like pointed out to her, she's just like, "Oh, aye, sure." And does not rise to any bait of anyone. She's quite tall, kind of gangly, very short, sort of spiky hair, and with a general cheerful disposition. And she is wearing a sky blue, full-on cloak with the slits in the arm, in the sides for sleeves, like a full battle cloak.
Extremely cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, thank you so much for the donation.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
So, Aethelflaed, your outfit doesn't attract as much notice as you would probably at first glance think that it would. It's between cosplay and street fashion, and also just the Renaissance fair that goes on in Grail Cove. Most people are just like, oh, okay, they're wearing their fair garb out to the Fish and Chips Fest. Yeah, cool. We stand. What is Aethelflaed getting into here at the Fish and Chips Fest?
I think that she's probably interested in the technology. I think she's probably less interested in the food, which is too spicy. All of it.
Now hold on a second. You might not have been told about all of the food offerings of Grail Cove.
The fried potatoes in any form, that's flay speed. But many of the dipping sauces are too much.
She
for her.
doesn't want your weird spaghetti tacos, Parker.
It's not my truck. I just work there.
Yeah, so I think she's focusing really on the technology, sort of walking around the booths and just being like, "Oh, and what's this then?"
Oh, well, this is actually what we're showing here is a display that we are currently running through some of our processing models that is basically telling us what the weather is right now in space, if you can believe it.
Oh, interesting. How many satellites do you have up there right now to actually be modeling that? What sort of sensor arrays are on them?
So I actually am primarily on the modeling side of things. So we don't actually own currently any of the satellites that we're using, but we are buying time. And so I mean, we could be buying time on anywhere from he says X number to Y number. Because I actually don't know how much satellite time you're going to buy for any of those models to be useful. Because Brendan don't know shit about space weather.
Neither does Della. Neither does Della. I made up a question, and I was
honestly, it was a good question, one that I did not know how to answer.
Cool. Yeah. So she'll sort of jargon and just be like, "Ooh, space stuff. How do you I think she's actually interested more in the satellites themselves. So if they point her over in the direction of a different booth talking about the actual physical satellites, because she's very interested in how do they shield them against radiation? How do they keep the data secure? How do they do all that stuff? She's very interested in how do you keep stuff safe in space.
And honestly, this guy is honestly perfectly happy to talk about it. Like, because he, like one of the other guys at the booth will be able to chime in a little bit, who does a little bit more of the satellite side data processing, and will chime in and talk to you about it and the various satellites that Cranston Technologies is buying time on, and all of this is a little bit to the chagrin of the person who is standing in line behind you. Someone behind you in a yellow hoodie, who had come over to the Cranston Tech booth because they had read that there might be some internship opportunities for meteorology majors.
Ah. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm taking up all the time here. Please, I'll get out of your way.
No, I mean it's fine. It's fine. It's an open market festival. And Helen kind of just like eyes drift down to like kind of look at all of you now that you've like turned and you're facing Helen. And she like looks at the water and the beach and the sun, and then she's like, are you hot?
Not so much actually. Like opens the cloak and you see that she's actually wearing like a tank top and shorts underneath the cloak, like someone who just came out of the gym, and is like, these things are more breathable than you'd think, and sort of pulls it back.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just gonna scoot past you real quick so I can talk to you.
Oh, for sure. And Aethelflaed will sort of possibly continue her conversation with one of the guys while that's happening, and be maybe not subtly eavesdropping.
Oh no.
But again, it's not in a like I'm spying on, like it's just in a completely just like, what are people doing? I want to know what people are doing.
I mean, and I will say, you two do each get sort of a vibe off of each other. Helen, you are not super familiar with this feeling, because the only time really that you have ever felt it is around Parker and Kit, and you were already friends with them, so it kind of like fades into the background.
I've always had a feeling and a vibe about them.
Right, like, yeah, like the feeling of essentially a Power Rangers Morphin Grid connection. It fits easily into the framework of the things you feel about your friends. You're not used to feeling that feeling around strangers, and so you're not really 100% sure what it is. In turn, Aethelflaed, you are a little bit more familiar with this, but you are not necessarily expecting to feel that connection now and here with this person.
I think actually at that, once that connection starts to that feeling starts to build, I think actually at that point, like a look goes across her face, and she sort of does like a little step back, kind of does like a scan almost, like a little like up and down, and then is like, nice to meet you, and then excuses herself and like walks away.
Okay. Have a good day. That was weird.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. I'm kind of trying to place where that accent is from. But anyway, so what brings you over to our particular wing of the Cranston Technology group?
So I heard this is the place to talk about weather.
Yeah. No, I'm really excited. We are doing a lot of work with basically space weather. You know, it's an emerging field, and it's doesn't exactly map onto traditional meteorology, but there are some transferable skills.
I had a lot of questions, and then I remembered that canonically you can breathe in space in Power Rangers, which implies that there's some kind of atmosphere, and therefore there could be space weather.
Well, I mean, space weather is an actual thing.
Sure.
It is just very different from regular weather.
A lot of it's just like solar flares and fucking up your jazz. Yeah, so I have maybe some of those transferable skills. Actually, I've just very recently returned. I'm local, and I've just very recently returned home with a degree in meteorology, actually. And so I was looking to talk to somebody maybe who has some interest in any of those transferable skills.
Well, sure, absolutely. Here, do you want to take some of our brochures about one of our internship programs?
Yes, very much so, please.
All right, very cool. We do have, unfortunately, neither of them are paid, but we have some opportunities here. They'll be unpaid. Although we do have a paid internship program at our Angel Grove campus, depending on your willingness to travel.
It's a little bit of a complicated subject right now. So
yeah, I figured I just want to talk about that. That's usually something that people end up having to get around to. I just want to be like, all right, so the internships that we have here in Grail Cove right now, they are unfortunately not paid. We do have a paid internship program. It's a little bit more competitive at our Angel Grove campus.
Right. Well, I guess I will just talk to whoever's here about this unpaid business then.
Oh, sure. I mean, I can definitely do that. I mean, out of just curiosity, like, what do you think about? I'm just kind of curious to get your thoughts. This is not like an interview or anything like that. Like, this is not like determining live or die will you get the internship. But like, I like to get a feel for some of the applicants. What do you think about some of our models here that we're using? And he kind of like turns around the laptop and like, you generally don't deal with like solar flares and cosmic rays and such like that, but you are familiar with models used to simulate weather and projections.
I think these are a lot more advanced models than the things we had access to at my university. Definitely more cutting edge technology. I think it does. Are we only tracking our sun with these solar flares, or are they tracking?
So we are currently tracking just weather just within approximately one solar distance around of Earth right now. However, if we can get these models good enough, we are looking to scale them a little bit more in partnership with the guys down there a little ways down by Space Patrol Gamma. Just since we're doing a lot more space missions now than we ever have previously, we're talking about starting to establish some more permanent bases out there. And being able to track solar weather out there is going to be quite crucial. I mean, hey, who knows? If the internship goes well, maybe we'll have space for you on the moon campus soon.
You know what? I'm not at this moment not willing to move across the country, but moving across space, that would be a totally different topic if you can get there within my lifetime.
I mean, it is moving more rapidly now than it has at any point previously, just with like all the recent invasions and the stuffs that we have been able to reverse engineer from that. Honestly, if you're more interested in learning about the timetables for getting that going, you can probably go down the street, talk to SPG down there. I don't know if they have a permanent base on the moon right now, but I know that they are doing a lot of back and forth missions to the spaceport here, research wise, with the moon and SPG.
I will keep that in mind, definitely. Yes. Definitely. But for now, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I think I'll just take these pamphlets for filling out the forms for the internship, and hopefully I'll speak to you again soon.
Oh yeah, no problem. I'm actually just here kind of going through this data, kind of doing a little bit of crosswork right now, just because we just in the last few weeks we have just had some doozy of strange anomalies in near Earth atmosphere.
Causation, correlation, crazy kind of stuff. Anything like, is it related to like when those Power Rangers showed up?
I honestly haven't been watching the news, but it does look similar. Yeah, near to then. It wasn't right at the same time. It was actually just a little bit after. We had, and just shows you, a bunch of weird spatial disturbances in near Earth proximity. We can see one, and then very shortly after that, another one. I don't know if anyone is like tracking anything. We don't have access to that kind of like classified like NORAD data or anything like that, but it's been quiet since then. Just these two little pulses, just one here and then another one chasing it, I guess.
Don't love the idea of chasing, given
And
all the possibilities of the world.
Yeah, and with that, speaking of chasing, we're gonna pan back over to where Aethelflaed is going.
I think Aethelflaed is now sort of a little unsettled, is going to probably be like, all right, I'll go see about the potatoes. Go see about those fried potato things they have over there. And probably sort of questioning in herself what she's seen, and kind of trying to process as she walked, like with the knowledge that, like, I mean, she'd already known that the Yellow Ranger that she'd known is dead. Like, she'd known this, but this is like proof in her face that Bloodwind's gone, and she doesn't actually have any hope of seeing her again. And so that's like what's kind of on her mind as she's sort of wandering through the crowd, drifting generally potato-ward.
And you are standing in line for one of the delicious fried potato vendors. You're not sure about some of the shapes they're doing. These they're called like potato circuits or something. But they, you know what? At a certain point, a fried potato is a fried potato. So
Yeah, that's fine. I'll order some Spud's Carb Blasters with the cheese sauce and you know, yeah, and then just sort of do some sort of people watching as I'm going through, like, because like the festival atmosphere, this is something I'm relatively used to. This is something I've seen.
They're having a feast day, obviously.
They're having a feast day.
Right.
It's a festival. I've seen this here. I've seen this in many different places. There's a vibe, and so she's kind of trying not to let her like this interaction like weigh on her, because it's entirely possible that she will have to fight alongside this person one day.
And I think as you were perseverating, as you're watching people, I think you realize you are perseverating a little bit over this interaction that you had. And part of that is because that feeling just won't leave you. I think you sort of follow that thread and tug on it and realize it's not that you're still feeling that same feeling, it's that you are feeling it again in close proximity to you, as looking over, trying to find the source of it. You look next to the potato circuit booth, and there is a truck that is pulled up next to it with a word on it. You are not 100% sure. You speak like some Vulgate,
Yeah,
like you speak some Vulgate, like it,
a
yeah,
touch, some.
like yeah. It sounds like it's using the right phonemes for Vulgate, but man, you ain't never seen Spagataco before.
Spagataco. Is this some? This sounds like some continental horror.
I mean, there's beautiful art on the side of the truck of a taco shell just heaped with spaghetti, like a little basil leaf on top.
I think Aethelflaed is going to look at the truck, look at the window, look at the food that's kind of has the truck just pulled up, or is it like parked?
It's parked, yeah.
Okay.
It is presently serving customers.
Lines around the block.
Lines around the block.
Everybody wants that Spagataco.
Spagataco is where it's at. Yeah, it does feel bad to say. I listened to you all say it, but
it's terrible.
I hadn't actually let the syllables leave my mouth. So yeah, I think she's going to look at that, eating her potatoes, and look at the person in the truck, and is just going to kind of sort of stand there and just sort of watch, like just sort of observing the interactions.
So I will say that I think that the Spagataco truck is parked there, but I think in keeping with the lore that we're creating, that Parker works everywhere in Grail Cove. He's not actually working on the Spagataco truck, but I think that feeling that you are getting, you actually do see a person like walk around the side of the truck, and they're wearing kind of this gray coverall. Probably like, yeah, I think like pulled up but like unzipped, that says like Grail Cove Parks and Rec on the back. And it just has a bag of like trash in one hand and like a garbage spike in the other. Looks very bored and upset about the fish and chips festival.
Yeah, you would probably notice. I think Aethelflaed is probably just going to, once she realizes where the kind of presence is coming from, like probably just makes eye contact, and again has that like slightly stunned look.
Yeah, Parker's eyes kind of go a little wide, and he like looks around, like, is there somebody standing behind me?
I think she'll sort of come a little closer, sort of like step through a line, say, I'm sorry, this is perhaps a strange question. Um, do you, what is your name first?
Parker. My name is Parker.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for telling me. Thank you, Parker. Do you, is this always what you look like? And I think for a second she like moves. Good job, Icky. For a second she like moves aside part of her cloak and like shows her bracer and then covers it again.
I'm down to make a roll to see if Parker can overcome his natural cluelessness.
Yeah.
I guess or like alertness, something like that.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. That would be alertness. That makes sense. All right, cool. I do actually have points in that, so we'll see here.
Ooh.
Okay, so that's a D20 and a D4. Decent. Actually, that's an 18. So I think probably yes. It looks like mine, I assume.
It might look a little bit different. It's clearly yours might look like it's in like a watch or something like that. Hers definitely looks more like it's in a piece of armor. Like it looks older.
I think those were ours too, right?
Okay.
Like they looked old. Brendan, correct me if I'm wrong.
They looked old, but they were. I guess are you talking about like the flashing like communicator or morpher? Like I think it depends on
morpher because I think that's what because Aethelflaed wouldn't have a communicator. I couldn't remember if there's like a dino gem situation where it like turns into a morpher, but it looks like a piece of armor most of the time.
I think it was something where they will look. They will adapt their appearance a little bit based on like who they're connected to.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So this looks again. It's sort of like something that could be
Sure.
a Ren Fair garb, but you know what it is.
Oh, you're okay. That's weird. I feel like Mirrodin would have said something.
You don't have to have a high alertness to see a look of like a look of irritation that you have probably personally felt before. Sort of cross her features, say, "Oh, Mirrodin, I'm sure would say something. Probably has said something, but it was layered deep within riddles and nattering."
Sure. Gotcha. All right. Well, new guy, huh? Okay. Well, yeah, I'm happy to show you the ropes and kind of, explain the whole thing to you. Don't know when you got your morpher, but we've been doing this for a while, and
oh, you've got Johannes's morpher. Oh, all right. That makes sense.
Parker, but
Parker,
I get
yes.
it.
I feel like there should be like a sudden flashback to Aethelflaed watching Parker fight Snizzard in the park, and finally just like you were trying to keep a low profile, but it's looking at him struggling with the snakes, and it's like, all right, I gotta throw this guy a bone.
yeah, I gotta throw something.
And firing the blast of blue energy that freed him from the grapple.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, at least you have a team here.
Yeah. There's 3 of us. Yeah, 4 now. I guess now that you've been added to the team.
I
Did you walk into the tower by accident too? Doesn't seem like a great way to pick,
Wow.
mystical champions, but seems to be going all right so far.
It could be worse. Could be mysterious women laying in ponds.
It's true.
You know, there
Seem-
were stranger ways.
That feels very specific, but okay.
I'm not from around here, but I've been doing this for a very long time. I would very much like to speak to Mirrodin, please. And I would also like to meet the rest of your team. I think I met one of them, but I wasn't expecting it.
Do you mean like all local street food festivals, or like specifically fish and chips festivals? Or I don't want to stereotype, but you from across the pond, isn't it?
In it.
Right. You are doing very important work here, and I'd hate to keep you from it. I will. You mentioned a tower. Excellent. I'll go find that. Thank you very much, Parker. Finger guns.
Kind of the we haven't really talked about it. Kind of the leader, I would say. Unofficially, we're very democratic, but kind of.
Another flashback to the snizzard. Boy, yes. Yes.
Great to have you on the team, though. Welcome.
I'm
you
sure
have any questions? Let me know.
I will absolutely do that. And she's gonna turn around and be like, okay, I'm gonna go find the other one.
And speaking of, out of curiosity, so like, what would Kit do like recreationally at a beach? I feel like Kit. I'm not going to say the Kit was dragged here in official capacity again. I think Kit is actually mostly just kind of here because it happens to also be where the beach is.
Oh, I mean, I feel like Kit did come for the fish and chips, but I think out of everybody, Kit is probably the one actually in like beach attire, actually at the beach chilling. Maybe even sunbathing with like shades on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. So like, I was gonna say, are there like a surfer, sunbather? Like, what's the? How do they relax?
I think surfing would be appropriate. So I think part of the day was out there kind of surfing, but I think now that
Justin fucking
now that
rip it, baby. Slop that down, dude. Shit, yeah, dude.
Thanks,
Crack one.
thanks, Mom.
I was muted. Thanks, my mom.
I think a lot of the day was just doing recreational stuff, so like surfing and stuff. But now it's lounging at the beach, just chilling, enjoying.
Yeah, because like the whole point of this sojourn back to Grail Cove originally was to like try to get away from everything.
Yeah,
like, and it's been surprisingly stressful.
Yeah, I haven't had a break since I got here, so I'm taking the day off. So yeah, I'm just probably chilling on the beach on a beach blanket with a cooler and a boombox and having a good time.
All right. And I think you have just about sort of kind of finally kind of like found your zen. Like, finally, for the first time in what feels like weeks, you finally found that bliss that you were looking for to just chill out for a second. And then, like, feeling like the sun on your face and kind of like through your eyelids, it's like a shadow that passes over you. And you realize that somebody is being a creeper.
I think because I'm wearing sunglasses, I can definitely open my eyes without having to look like I'm acknowledging this person, just to see who they are before I say anything to them.
And you look over you, and silhouetted against the sun is this woman in blue Ren Fair garb, just sort of like looming over you expectantly. And that is actually where we are going to briefly cut away over back to Helen. What else is Helen getting? Helen getting up to at the Fish and Chips Fest.
I think after Helen has gathered the information about the internship and the weird current weather and atmospheric anomalies that in no way have anything to do with our situation and the uptick in strange monsters going on around us, but that is still information she's putting in her pocket. I think she is kind of she's kind of strolling around. She's looking to get something to eat herself. And then she's probably gonna look for her friends, because she doesn't have to be at the bed and breakfast today. So she'd be damned if she heads home early. So she's probably just walking around with some fish and chips, and probably is a little bit horrified at the amount of grease on these fish. It's like, you pick it up, the skin, like, it cracks, the fish slides out of the skin into the dish, and she's just like,
just like immediately there is total separation between breading and fish.
She's like, oh God, I feel like if I eat this, it'll kill me.
And you hear a voice over your shoulder just say, like, I mean, honestly, a pretty good bet, feels like. And it is Wallace True.
Oh, Wallace. Wallace, the sun just shines out of you, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's my winning personality. He looks down at your the brochure in your hand. It's like, oh, do your folks have you gunning for internships too?
No, this is my own mission in life. My family would be super happy if I just, like, forgot about this and grad school, and I just continued to work the front desk forever.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds almost nice. Kind of feel like Dangle and my mom are just kind of trying to get rid of me, you know?
I mean, if you want to, I mean, the inn does have openings.
It's true. I don't.
Especially right now. Actually, there's been a big upswing in business, so.
It's certainly possible. I mean, I like doing photography, but, like, it's not like, I'm either selling them to the paper or selling them to Buzz Blast, and it's not enough to move out of my parents' basement. Not that I don't want to, I just don't like doing other things, especially here, you know?
I mean, you could do weddings.
Yeah.
You would have to, like, smile, but.
And you see him kind of try to do the thing where he, like, does, like, the fake smile that is, like, intentionally bad. But when he does so, there is actually something almost kind of like brittle about it.
Oh no.
Honestly, and he kind of gestures at the pile of brochures that he has in his hand. And I don't know what I want to do. What I would do. I don't want to be here. I don't know what else I would do. Sorry, I didn't mean to, jump all this on you when you're right after your fish escaped.
No, it's fine. Honestly, it's probably for the better. It's probably for my own good that this fish is not going to be eaten by me. I'm just going to toss it for some seagulls. They'll probably appreciate it a lot more.
Yeah. Seagulls are cool like that.
Resilient birds. Wallace. I think you should come by the inn. We'll find something for you.
He actually kind of gets a little bit. You see his brow kind of furrow. And it's like, I don't need pity from you, Helen. I don't need pity from anybody. That's why.
Yeah, just fucking grip it and rip it, baby. Slop that down, dude.
Thanks for the donation.
Yeah,
Interrupting my
prep one for the
angry
big
rant.
Derailed.
Interrupting me going on a tear. Okay, let me go.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Can't be mad.
All right. Resentful, angry, resentful,
Come on.
angry.
Get mad. Get mad.
I don't need pity from you. I don't need pity from anybody. It's why Dangle has me out here going down to fucking SPG. Think you're begging them for an internship because he thinks that it'll be a better shot that they owe me after what happened to my dad. Like, I don't know how to fucking tell him that he was just a fucking janitor and they don't owe me shit. And they're not going to do anything for me because they don't care about this town. They don't care about the people, them, Cranston, Sepia, fucking anybody. It's just, I don't, then again, something else kind of comes over him. It's like, I'm so sorry, Helen. Didn't mean to fucking bite your head off. I just been really kind of all over the place lately. I'm getting a lot of sleep. I don't know. The more my folks keep pushing me to leave, it feels like after my dad died and they just wanted to put up new wallpaper. And I don't want to be a fucking sad sack about it. I don't want to be fucking moping in their basement. But I just feel like they want me gone because I remind them of the bad times. Sometimes never mind. And he sort of awkwardly shuffles away.
Helen's not really happy to just let him end on that, but she also doesn't. She can tell he's uncomfortable and she knows he wouldn't want to make a scene in public. So I think she's going to put a pin in that to revisit it with him. Okay. Probably. But because like she didn't mean it as pity. She meant it as like
I mean,
a
and
stepping stone.
I, Brendan, know that you didn't, but he's got some shit going on.
He does have some shit going on, and Helen's a little worried about that. So I think she's gonna head down towards the beach and stuff to discard this gooey fish massacre she has in her little like paper dish, and try to reconstruct her offer to Wallace again in a way that she can bring it up where it doesn't make him feel like she's belittling him. So she's just going to wander down towards the water, looking for seagulls.
Yeah. And I think it is as you are looking around, tossing some stuff to seagulls, that your eyes catch upon that distinctive blue cloak that is just leaning over Kit on their beach towel.
I'm just
And
tall, man.
we're gonna cut back to that.
Sorry, love. If you're looking for an autograph, I am off the clock. So maybe another time.
Oh, no, I don't need any automatic writing done right now. Though, thank you for the offer. Are we relatively in private here?
So there are people around, but it's like people are talking, people are in their own conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's distant pounding music from speakers. They're doing a DJ radio show nearby. It is profoundly obnoxious. There are many vuvuzelas.
Oh.
Like many air horn sound effects.
Hey, listen, the peak of musical instruments in my day was the recorder.
Yeah.
So like this is probably fine.
So you are not alone, but you are reasonably confident that no one is paying attention to you.
We have the privacy of a crowd.
Yes.
So I think at this point, Aethelflaed is going to say, "I'm actually here to talk to you about the thing that none of us are ever really off the clock for," and is going to sort of again stick her arm out of her sleeve briefly and show her morpher before tucking it back away.
Just try to have a little bit of a vacation, I guess. Kid's gonna sit up. I don't remember you at orientation though.
You wouldn't have. My orientation was approximately 940 years ago.
Kid's gonna like drop the sunglasses down the nose to give you a look. Well, I mean, you don't look a day over 1,000, so good for you. Would love to know your skincare. I guess what do you need? Why now? Where have you been this whole time? We've been doing this for like months, and you haven't been like here at all.
It's complicated. Brief flashback to a blue dragon zord flying through a badly green screen space while random explosions happen, and the Blue Ranger sitting in the cockpit gesticulating wildly, pulling on things, and it's like, I can't find them, where are you? And then back to the present moment.
Are you are you just thinking that, or are you like you say that out loud?
just thinking that.
Okay,
and then in out loud she says, we were sent on a mission to find something, and it got complicated. The fact that you are here means that at least 3 of my friends are truly dead and never returning. So I am believe me when I say I understand the need for a vacation, and I regret interrupting yours. Can you please, though, I met your companion, Parker, and that is why I came to find you. Could you show me where Mirrodin is?
Shit, I mean, yeah, I could definitely do that. Was Parker just not willing to do that for you?
He
That told me everything I
In
need to
fairness,
know.
he was working.
I believe he had other work to do.
He was trying to be too helpful.
Yes, so I'm so I came to find either you or your other companion. And I found you. So again, I apologize for interrupting your break.
No, it's fine. It's not your fault. It's not any of our faults, but yeah. Well, give me just give me a second. I gotta pack up all this stuff. Kind of like starts turning off the boombox. Starts rolling up the mat. But yeah, I'll take you to Mirrodin. Least I can do.
Of course, and I apologize. I'm being quite rude. My name is Aethelflaed, and you are?
Oh, I'm Kit. You might hear Kingsley thrown around every now and again, but Kit's the name.
It's very good to meet you, Kit.
Excellent. Well, yeah, he kind of puts everything together and starts picking up stuff and is like, "Shall we?"
Yes. Is there anything I can help you with? Can I help you carry anything?
Oh, you can take the mat. That's the lighter thing. I can carry the cooler, the boombox.
And Aethelflaed, as you are picking these up, you hear a tone coming from the bracer on your wrist. It is an alert that you had instructed it to give you if it detected certain signatures consistent with your quarry. It's near.
Oh. The thing I was looking for, the creature, the beast I was trying to find and fight, I think it's quite close by. We may be in combat sooner rather than later.
Honestly, that tracks for the amount of times like circle is festivities, circle is bad guy shows up, kind of a circle at this point.
Yeah, and almost on cue, further down the beach, you hear people start shouting and screaming. And Helen, you are closer to this than they are. And you see people diving away and running off of the beach in advance of something that is spitting up sand to either side of it, careening down the beach. And it's hard to see exactly what it is because of the people trying to run away from it and dive out of the way. But eventually, as enough people clear the beach, you can see what appears to be a large shark fin plowing its way through the sand at high speed. And it is coming directly towards you. And that is where we're going to take a quick break.
This morning, which was very fun, this morning he came running into the bedroom with something in his mouth, and he dropped it on the bed. And he normally does that with his toys, and he's like very excited and he's very proud of himself. Except this time it was an empty beer can that he brought by the koozie and then dropped into the bed.
Buddy.
Oh boy.
Yep. So if there was a CPS for cats, I'd be in trouble.
It's true teenage boy behavior.
Yep.
Not even one yet.
He's not. He's not. And he's like, I like IPAs. And I'm like, that doesn't bode well for your personality. My guy.
Yeah. Well, he's big and he has brown hair, and
Yeah,
he's
you're
got to
not
distinguish himself in another way.
It's true.
And it's either going to be IPAs, SCAs, or I don't know. I don't have another.
IRAs? I don't know. What do investment
IRAs?
bros do?
Yeah. IRAs, sure.
He's gonna be so big, and he's gonna have the intellect of a 7-year-old, and you're just in danger.
It's kind of funny because he is getting a little chunky right now, which I've been warned like will happen several times. Like he will get chunky and then he will grow, and then he will get chunky again, and then he will grow again, and then eventually he will I'll have to limit his food intake, or he will just be chunky because he will be done growing.
Yeah.
But it's funny because he's bulking.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing right now. He's bulking.
So I believe
On that note.
on that note,
Speaking of bulking.
speaking of
There's
big
a
boys,
shark.
yeah, there do be a shark, and it is a land shark. It seems like, and it is bearing down on Helen.
Oh no.
Yeah, so you got this big old shark fin careening towards you underneath the surface of the sand. You have probably a moment or so to react before it reaches you. What's your plan?
I mean, the beach is mostly cleared out by now.
Yeah, it seems like at least the area around you is mostly cleared out. Are you asking, is it private enough that you could morph without being seen?
Yes. Or at least get my hammer out and try to smack into him like a croquet mallet at opposite velocity.
So I would say there's a lot of chaos going on right now. To morph right now, it would be you could get away with it, but it would be risky. There is just enough uncertainty there as to whether or not you would feel like taking that risk or not.
I think if there's still
Fine.
this, it could be fine, or it could not be fine. It could be weird. I think given the chaos that's going on and everything else, I'm not gonna risk it just yet. What I'm gonna do instead is try to wait until the last possible moment for the shark to get near me, and then I'm just gonna leapfrog over it with my
try and dodge it.
Yeah, with my new general perk, dodgy.
Dodgy. Does that trigger off of any specific skill, like acrobatics, or is it just anytime you're trying to evade something?
So the way it works is it upped my evasiveness. So my evasiveness in general is just higher, but I think it also, where is it? And then if I were to dodge and not move very far, as long as I stay within 5 feet, which is not necessarily a thing because we're theater of the minding.
We're not really doing grids. Yeah.
But then I would just get to defend as a free action. So I'd get to dodge and then immediately defend.
Okay. In that case, go ahead and give me an acrobatics roll. And I will give you a die shift up for your dodgy ability.
Okay. $28.
Okay. Yep. That I will say that does it. You are able to dive over the fin, roll, catch yourself, and you sort of look over your shoulder at its path as it zooms past you, kicking up sand in its wake until it continuing to scatter people in its wake until it hits a sand dune, at which point there is an explosion of grit everywhere. You have to shield your eyes from it as it is sort of like creating this haze all around you. And leaping up out of the dune is this large humanoid shark that lands. It is brandishing a boomerang of some kind, and it is just laughing. Surf's up, my dudes.
Is it wearing like a floral board shorts type thing? Like the whole bit?
You know what? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. It doesn't in the original design, but it does in this context, yes.
Embrace modernity.
Embrace modernity.
Wear the board shorts.
Yep. Surf's up. And you see it looking around, and you see it looking at the people that are fleeing towards the boardwalk. And you see this large, sharp-looking boomerang that it has in its claws. And you see it lifting it up as though it doesn't seem to be clocking you immediately, but it is lifting it as though it is about to throw it at the fleeing people.
I'm gonna shoot it then.
Okay.
With my little gun.
Gonna pull out your blade blaster?
I'm gonna pull out the blade blaster and shoot his little fin wrist thing.
Okay.
Pew pew.
Pew pew. Pew pew.
Anyway, I started blasting. And I think Helen, at the same time, I think Helen is just like, she's just turned the communicator on and she's not communicating very well. She kind of just fumbles it, and all you hear is just the screaming of the people coming through the communicator and the shark voice. So I have to shoot it with the targeting, which is...
I guess I should double check. So are you aiming to damage it or to disarm it specifically?
Disarm it.
Disarm it. Okay.
Because I don't want it to... I don't want to
you would like for it to not do murder.
I would like it to not smash up the boardwalk, collapse it, crush somebody's... hurt them. 17.
Okay, nope, yeah, that will hit. And you shoot the boomerang out of his claws. And he goes, "What? Hey, party foul, bro."
Ah! He just comes through straight through in everyone's communicators. Just Helen, just
And I think at this time, assume that Helen and not Helen, that Aethelflaed and Kit are running towards this nonsense.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It is taking you a little bit to get there because you are trying to run opposite of the way that the general press of people is trying to go, which is making it hard to navigate, and also it's slowing you down because you have to keep dodging around people. But you are at least able to get into sightline distance of where you see through this haze of grit from this dune that the shark just blew up. You see the silhouette of the obviously monstrous figure, and you see this yellow arc of energy firing at it from Helen's Blade Blaster.
I think Aethelflaed is going to whip off her cloak, sort of spin it around her body, and shout, "C'est l'heure de la transformation." And once that cloak comes back around the final time, she throws it away, and she's in her full Rangers Rampant armor. And I'm gonna whip out a power spear and chuck it at this motherfucker. I got a range of 50 to 100 feet.
Okay, cool.
Am I close enough?
Yeah, I'll say you're close enough. So I'll say you're at the extreme, but you can get there.
Okay, yeah. So basically, just sort of like hucking it like a javelin, like the run up and the throw. Yeah. Yeah, how do I do this?
So, take a d20.
Okay.
And also, that's going to be targeting. Do you have any levels in the targeting skill?
I do. I've got targeting at a d6.
Cool. So also take a d6.
Okay.
And you are going to roll both of those and add them together. And then how many points did you put into
speed?
Speed, yeah.
5.
Okay. So yeah, d20 plus 5 plus the d6.
Oh, okay. So that's much better than what I was afraid of, because what I rolled was not great. So d20 plus 5 plus 6. So that is still a 12.
Okay.
But...
So unfortunately, doesn't quite get there. It's
cool.
You thought you had him, but I think just the haze of the sand that is still lingering in the air, it fouls your targeting just a little bit. The blue energy arcs through the air, but you do see the shark sort of go, whoa, limbo, and dip backward underneath your shot.
That's okay. I can lay suppressing fire all day.
Kit, what are you doing?
Is it safe for? Is it safe to morph?
So there's a lot of chaos. You think if you were to charge at it and go into the cloud of dust, you would probably be obscured enough that it would be safe to morph.
Okay, perfect. Then I'm gonna use the dust to morph, but in the same as I like come out of the sand cloud, I'm gonna already have the sword kind of drawn, and then I'm gonna rush in to slice and dice. It's gonna be, I believe it's fuck. I also rolled a 12.
Wait, did you use your thing though?
Oh, I have inspired. I can re-roll.
Nice.
That was even worse.
Those dice choose violence.
Those dice hate me.
And yeah, unfortunately, I think as it has had to stoop down and retrieve its boomerang from where it was shot out of its hands. And it comes up just in time, managed to bring it up just in time to parry your sword, and whipping it around, parrying your blows, going, whoa, bro, nobody ordered sushi.
What does that even mean?
Speaking of Parker, what's going on?
I don't remember anybody mentioning anything about Parker. But I think now that you mention it,
He's having a spaga taco somewhere.
yeah. Now that you mention it, I think that's probably
just
the
covered
moment.
in spaghetti.
I think that's probably the moment.
I just see Parker with the spaga taco now just covered in a thin layer of grit from head to toe all over the spaga taco.
He like crushes it in his fist and he's like, I was gonna eat that. Still in his full uniform. I think Parker has been like, since this thing showed up, has kind of been like telling everybody to like run to get out of the park at the same time that he's like heading towards the situation.
Moving in to be able to more effectively herd people away. Right,
Correct. And so I think he's gonna like, we're gonna get like one of those ground up he leaps over the camera shots as he lands, because he's still in full uniform with like the trash spike in his hand, and he says, good, you guys met the new guy. What do you say we take out the trash? It's morphin' time.
We're already morphed.
Helen's not, so it's okay. 2 for 2.
Yeah.
You just hear Helen yell from further down the beach.
And I'm gonna morph.
All right. What you doing then?
So once I am standing there fully red Phoenix rampant, I am gonna, I think, just leap in and in the process pull out my power axe. Shaped like more or less like a flying V guitar, and swing it at the land shark. Sand shark? What's its name?
Its name is actually Slippery Shark.
That's stupid.
It's like
both land shark and sand shark were right there.
Down votes.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah,
Also, I'll be honest, I felt bad saying that it was speeding towards Helen, considering that in the original footage it is going at like tops 5 miles an hour.
You got to do something to make it threatening.
Yeah.
Listen, but that's so fast for a shark on land.
Yeah.
Okay, I know we talk about this every time, but like specialization is die go up, right?
So specialization is you get your whatever die you have for the skill and
A
every
D4.
lower die type below that.
Oh, holy shit. Okay.
Specialization is hot.
Yeah, that's incredible. We should all do that.
No, because I don't want to forget and then confuse myself. I'm confused enough.
That's fair. All right. And then I'll just re-roll the D6 and divide it in half. So that is a thing. Here's a question for you. We hit level 4.
Yeah.
I took a perk called Supercharged Essence, where while morphed, all skills attached to my chosen essence, I picked Strength, surprising no one, go up a die type.
Mm-hmm.
So my D6 in Might would become a D8. Does that mean that the specialization with power weapons gives me a D6, a D4, and a D2?
The maths to me, so...
All right.
Sounds
Let's
insane.
do this. That is insane. Normal system. Very good. All right. Well, I just lost the D4, but that's fine. I'll figure it out. Okay. I might need everything, actually. 7, 14. 16. It's a 19, all told.
Okay, yep, that will hit.
Okay. And I'm just swinging this like a regular power axe at the moment, so it's going to be 1 blunt.
Blunt.
I give the shark a single blunt.
Yeah, baby. Tell me what it looks like.
So I think it's kind of this whole sequence. I jump in, I say the cool thing that I'm supposed to say because I'm the leader. I welcome our new compatriot, and then I just sort of leap into action and swing the axe like dead into the I think like there's a particular moment, it happens in sort of slow motion as the shark is like leaping out of the ground, and I just sort of like catch it in the midriff.
Yep, sounds good. And the grit in the air is joined with sparks as this mid leap sort of like tumbles away. It's like, oh, no, major buzzkill, bro.
I haven't even started to kill your buzz yet.
Oof. Boo.
Gonna say, Aethelflaed, go ahead and give me an alertness check.
Okie dokie. That's another D20 plus the whatever die I have in alertness.
Yep.
Okie dokie. Oh, wonderful. And then I add my smart
Yes.
as well. Okay, cool. So that's gonna be a 30.
Very, very cool. You are not surprised that you very nearly are, as you are focusing on the immediate threat in front of you and cringing, I suppose, at some of your new compatriots' antics.
Oh, this is familiar. This is fine.
The Red Ranger was always like this.
The Red Ranger was always like this.
Some things
Yeah.
are constant.
Some things are constant. Johannes was exactly like this.
That you have not forgotten that your quarry is also near, and you have a feeling as you suddenly feel a shift on the wind, and you realize that it is very, very near, and it is making an attack, but it will not have advantage because you are not surprised.
No, I am regretting not taking strategy.
All right. What is your toughness, Aethelflaed? Or I should say, does a 21 beat it?
My toughness. I do not have a toughness. How do I determine my toughness?
It is going to be 10 plus your 10 plus the points that you put into strength.
Okay. So yeah, so that would be a 13.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Something got bumped. We're good. We're good.
Uh-oh.
It's back.
Okay.
Sorry.
Did you just poke a button?
I didn't, but it switched. I
Okay.
touched
Wow.
nothing, but something happened.
Oh, where is your son?
He's in the crinkle tunnel. He's innocent this time.
He's innocent. He is innocent of crimes.
This time he's innocent.
Yes.
Of this specific crime.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah. So yeah, no, I'm gonna get walloped, but I'm gonna know it's coming, I guess.
Yep. So yes. Okay. So that is.
I also don't know what my hit points are, so
You were going to take one blunt.
okay.
Yes, hit that.
Never gets old.
And it's never going to.
How much? How do I hit points in this setting?
How much else does everyone else have?
I've got 4 right now. If I did everything correctly, I have 4.
We're talking about health.
Health, yes.
Yeah.
I have
have
3.
4.
I think 3 sounds right because the Blue Ranger does not get bonuses to health stuff.
Okay.
So I've got 3 here. Okay, and I've taken 1 blunt. All right.
All right.
Sick.
So, you've taken 1 blunt and you are grappled as you feel this shift on the wind and you see coming out of the dust, this enormous metallic claw that grasps you in its clutches, crushing the wind out of you. Oh, and we have raiders.
Ooh. Hello, welcome. I'm getting squished.
Howdy.
Thank you for the raid.
Yes.
Hello.
Howdy,
Yeah.
raiders.
We super appreciate it. We're Power Rangers.
We're doing Power Ranger shit right now.
Just ranging.
Blue Ranger getting squished.
Mhm.
As
Like a beer can.
yeah, as being squished as the figure steps further out of the sand and into view, and you recognize distinctively with its hat and mask and billowing robes. Though the claw is new, it's newish. You remember how it got the claw.
Yeah.
And its claw, distinctively the beast which you have been tracking now for some time, what brought you back to Earth in the first place, the Witchblade. And she looks at you with a sadistic glee as she applies pressure to your ribs. How do you like my new arm, dearie?
I think it's lovely that you managed to look so good in Castaway Things. Did you get it at the fucking thrift shop? No, it looks great on you, darling.
Got very piratey when you morphed.
Pain brings out the pirate.
Yeah, that is how the pirate is obtained.
And I've always said that.
Aethelflaed is half pirate on her father's side.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you juice it. Yeah.
Yes. So I am being crushed. I do not like it. I would love to stick a spear point into this thing's eye.
Cool. So we are going to, at this point, have everyone all roll initiative.
Nope.
Now that we're all together.
Oh, right. That's a thing in this game.
It is.
And initiative is...
It is a skill.
Sick. Okay. If I do not have it, I just roll a d20, right?
Yes.
Okay. Plus
the
speed, plus... Yeah. Okay.
22 for Parker.
12 for...
Oh, good God.
Eli, no. Eli, your dice.
8.
Jeez.
24 for Helen. What?
My dice are not liking me either. I rolled a 20 and then it rolled a 2.
It's a very wide swing.
Yeah,
stressful.
I'm getting the whole spread tonight.
So what was that for Kit?
It's a 12.
Well, very cool. All right. Well, Helen is going to be up at the top of the order. And you now see, in addition to the slippery shark, you have seen the Witchblade emerge from the dust cloud. This creature in tattered robes and a witch's hat, with this enormous robotic arm that, like a lobster's claw, covered in sharp edges and blades.
Well, I don't love anything happening here. It's all wrong.
Yeah. So on the downside, you've never had to fight two of these things at the same time. On the upshot, you also have more of you than you had to do previously.
It's true. So first things first, I got a morph. I'm the only one not morphed.
Yes. At this point, with people having cleared, and also the dust cloud is starting to blow further inland, and you are pretty positive that you have a clear.
I'm fine.
Yeah,
I'm safe. I'm
You're
good.
good. You're good.
I'm cool. So yeah, Helen's gonna
I'm sick.
morph.
No one's allowed to make fun of me.
It would never.
Not our audience.
Helen's gonna morph. And I think she's gonna get the warhammer in hand immediately. And does Parker look like he's fine? Parker's fine.
Parker's always fine.
I mean, at this point, Aethelflaed is the only one that is in like true and immediate danger.
She's got me.
She do got you.
She do got me.
Giving you the claw.
I'm getting the claw. It's my fucking claw.
It's your claw. Oh no. Okay, well, this is kind of what Helen's all about, is bopping on over. And so I'm gonna bop on over and do my triple strike attack, and I'm gonna smash that claw with a hammer.
Okay.
Try to free my new friend, question mark? Because I don't know what's going on, but like I'm gonna trust in the similar aesthetics, and also you're hanging out with Kit, and I trust Kit, so implicit always.
I guess Helen at this point is the only one whom Aethelflaed has not explicitly revealed themselves to. Yeah.
No, and I don't think they were running up and they transformed before I saw their face, so I don't know. I'm gonna go.
You were focused on the shark.
I was so focused on this shark, locked in on this shark. So
You should stay locked in on the shark. I'm sure I'm fine.
Yeah, I just don't remember. Brendan, do you remember if it's might or brawn that I use my helmet or my hammer with? I think it's might.
I believe it's might. Might is usually for like booping attacks.
Yeah. Okay.
Brawn is usually used for like feet strikes and stuff like that. Like
okay. So first of three is not great. That's 10. I don't.
No dice on the first one.
Okay. Better. That's 9. Why is my brain blanking? What is 13 plus 9? My brain is.
It is sufficient, is what it is.
Yes.
My brain was not happy about that for a minute.
It's 22.
Thank you. Okay. So in that case, the sledgehammer is the traits are blunt and silent. So that's stun 1. And then I'm gonna hit you again.
That sounds like it's not that effective. You gotta get that loud.
Yeah, I'm gonna get loud.
You can't be blunt and silent.
No.
Well,
you
if
need
I-
that loud blunt.
Well, if I swing the hammer double-handed instead of single-handed, it's 2 stun. But I don't think I can do that
That's
while I
some good
triple
shit.
attack.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That dice almost fell off the table. That's less good. 17.
That'll still hit though.
Then it is another stun 1 with the blunt and silent.
Okay.
And
All right. Tell me what that looks like.
so I think Helen comes up to this woman. The first strike misses. I think Helen kind of like doesn't have her proper footing in the sand. It glances off. And then so like so she misses on the downswing, and then on the upswing she comes up and hits in what would be the elbow joint for the first hit, kind of elbow joints up, and then does a little flip with the hammer in her hand. The little wings, little griffin wings on the side of the hammer that make it move faster so that she can use it, kind of add some velocity as she brings it down kind of more towards the wrist where it's holding on to my new friend here.
That is definitely how physics works.
It is how physics work, especially with them wings. Those wings go real, real fast.
Yeah.
Listen, you can breathe on the moon.
Yeah.
And you start wailing on the arm, and you feel the clang of metal on metal, and Witchblade is giving ground to you. They are clearly staggered by the intensity of your assault, but they are continuing to hold on to Dragon Blue in just a vice grip of hatred. And I think actually we're going to do a quick little flashback of an alien world, green sky, 2 moons. There is a large pillar that has been erected through profane magics, covered in faces of those who would be sacrificed to summon forth a interdimensional demon of terrific power, assuming that no one was there to stop it. And indeed, before this pillar, an enlarged Witchblade battles with a blue dragon Zord, hurling energy at one another, flames conjured by the Witchblade meeting blue energy breath roaring from the Dragon Zord's mouth in a beam fight. It is imperative that this ritual be stopped at any cost, which is why the fighting is so pitched, to the extent that the Witchblade's original arm is gruesomely torn off in the jaws of the Dragon Zord. But indeed, as the battle continues and the Witchblade gathers more energy to themselves from the occult pillar, the ritual they have gathered around themselves, they have in turn torn pieces of the Dragon Zord off telekinetically, exposing cables and wires, leaking fluids, as these pieces gradually form together into this claw shape that it is using as a prosthesis, jamming it forcefully into their bleeding stump. And that's going to be Parker next.
All right. Parker is gonna so the Witchblade we have attacking Aethelflaed?
Yeah, the Witchblade currently has Aethelflaed in a crunch. Helen is currently attempting to help free Aethelflaed by wailing on the Witchblade. And then currently there is also the Slippery Shark, whom you had just struck down with a blow from your power axe.
Right. Okay, cool. I'm going to try to help our newest recruit because I don't think she knows what she's doing. And I feel like I really need to save her. I think that's my top priority. So I'll say, hold on.
Also, we don't respect the shark.
And also, we don't respect the shark as a threat. So that's happening for sure. And I think just because I really want to show off, I'm gonna power strike this. So I'm gonna just sort of leap for the Witchblade, and if I can, actually, I think just try to like bring the axe down on the arm and maybe fully sever it if I can. Maybe break it off at least enough to get Aethelflaed free.
More
Hello,
Raiders.
Raiders.
Yeah,
Welcome
wow,
on.
wonderful
Raid on
evening.
raids.
We're doing Power Rangers shit.
Yeah, we are doing Power Rangers, and we are raising money for charity. You can hit the donate button if you want to. Oh, thank you so much for the follow.
Is this a point where my my grid tech might come in handy, where the fact that I can add +1 shift to all Blade Blaster attacks to my current team might come in handy?
This one is the power weapon attack as opposed to a Blade Blaster attack.
I
but if you
see.
do have anything else, let me know.
I don't think so.
Okay.
This is kind of silly because I don't get anything extra for it, but I rolled a 30.
Wow.
Nice.
Although you were using the power attacks, that is still extra damage, though, isn't it?
It is extra damage, yeah. So I'm going to spend a personal power, and instead of 1 blunt, it's going to be 2 blunts.
Sick.
Two
Yeah.
blunts.
2
Nice.
blunts.
Blunts.
And what's that look like?
Yeah, I mean, if everything goes as planned, then yeah, I say, hold on, newbie, and then I leap in with the axe over my head. And I think it's actually one of those things where I like leap over and then try to like bring the axe down between my legs as I'm clearing the Witchblade's arm to maybe like sever it again, ideally, or at least break it enough that it drops Aethelflaed.
And it is a...
I will learn her name eventually. It's her first day.
Wait till you find out.
It is a mighty blow, and you see that you have damaged the arm considerably. Many of the connecting cables have come loose, spraying sparks and ichor everywhere. And indeed, you do force Witchblade to drop Aethelflaed, as it appears that Witchblade is attempting to withdraw into the obscuring sand cloud around you.
Mm-hmm.
No?
Hmm?
Della doesn't like that.
No, I don't. I would like to not let her do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The emphasis. She's trying.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, if some dummy hadn't rolled a 7 on her initiative, she might be able to do something about that. But alas.
Yeah, and so incidentally, it's also not actually her turn yet. It is actually the shark's turn. The other guy, he's doing a thing.
A thing.
Come on, bro.
Does he still want to do a thing if he knows we don't respect him?
I think he wants to do it more.
Does he maybe want to fuck off?
Does he realize we don't want to play with him in the sandbox and he goes home?
Right. What is everyone's actually this would be an evasion, actually. What is everyone's evasion? Actually, not Aethelflaed. Everyone but Aethelflaed.
Are you sure it's not toughness?
It is evasion, though.
17.
14.
14.
Helen
Okay.
is bippity boppity.
Yep. Helen is bippity boppity, and he wasn't throwing his boomerang in an arc towards Aethelflaed because he was kind of in the midst of doing it while for Witchblade dropped Aethelflaed. So instead, he's trying to catch Helen, Parker, and Kit all in an arc with his boomerang fin. Helen is quite springy. And
The wings on my hammer like flap really, really hard and just yoink me out of the way.
that is how physics works, yes.
Yeah.
And
my hammer is a personality.
Yeah. Your hammer is a gift. And so Helen is able to dodge, but unfortunately, both Kit and Parker are struck by the boomerang for 1 blunt each. Everybody gets blunts today.
Actually going to spend another personal power for faster regeneration, one of my Morphin Grid powers. So I am going to spend that, and you said it's just one blunt?
One blunt, yeah.
Okay. So that I'm basically just negating it, but yeah, I think for a second, Parker takes the hit, and then the healing flames of the Phoenix flare up around him, and he like takes a step back and like touches himself, like he like, oh, I'm okay. Okay.
Oh. Aethelflaed's like, first time?
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, the Witchblade is going to be, yeah, I think. So we have Helen, Parker, and Aethelflaed that had been fighting the Witchblade. So that's going to be the target for their AoE.
Mm.
Is the targeting?
I deserved that phrasing. I did say that I am touching myself in public. That's on me. I should have known better. On the beach.
On the beach.
That is. I've been doing this streaming thing for
that'll
many years now, and I should know better.
That'll get you disinvited from the Ocean City Boardwalk eventually.
So, Kit, Parker, and Aethelflaed, what is your evasion?
I don't have that skill.
So it's going to be just like toughness, except for speed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just 10 plus your speed.
10 plus, okay, 10 plus speed, so that's going to be 15.
Okay.
Still 14 for Parker.
And Kit?
That's a 14 for me as well.
14 for me as well. Okay, yeah. As
another blood.
It's actually going to be, let me double check this. It is, one. So it is going to be, 1 fire damage.
Oh, shit.
As
oh, fuck.
Does that have a thing?
I have Righteous Heart. I am immune to fire damage for this fight.
Okay, well.
Oh, shit. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Immune to fear and fire.
Bad day to be Kit, apparently.
Listen. It's always a bad day to be Kit.
Yeah, as they are retreating into the sandstorm, they are firing off a fireball to lay down, suppressing fire that circles around and lands in your midst and explodes.
I can only faster regenerate once per combat, so I'm taking that.
Yeah. Or wait, no. Why did I? Oh wait, I am so sorry. My brain is not on correctly. Kit was not fighting Witchblade.
No, Kit should not be suffering. That should be Helen.
I'm sorry. You are correct. That should be Helen who is in that AoE.
My evasiveness is 17, though.
Oh, okay. That will have just hit it.
Okay.
Yeah. So 1 fire to Helen.
Okay. That's fun.
Are they leaving the battle?
They are trying to hide, basically, in the sandstorm. I'm going to have everybody make me an alertness check to try to track them.
Yeah, I forgot that I, as a Red Ranger, have an ability called Follow Me.
Okay.
So this is supposed to be at the beginning of combat, but instead of rolling their own initiative, my teammates can always choose to instead set their initiatives as 1d4 lower than mine.
All right, yes. And so, and yours is 22. So.
Yes. So you can, if you want to, you can just roll 1d4, and then that's your initiative. We're supposed to do it at the beginning of combat, but I forgot that I had it.
We'll do it at the beginning of the next round.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I have keen
I was getting squished,
eyes.
so it makes sense that I
No.
narratively. So 27.
For alertness, yes. I got a 9.
20.
Shockingly, smarts is not Parker's strong suit.
24.
Yeah, okay, so Parker has lost track of them. Presumably they're done. They're tapping out, Yeah, makes sense.
Good work, team.
But the rest of you can see that they are withdrawing to basically, it seems like they're fairly fucked up in terms of melee damage. So they are trying to withdraw and make some distance, and are going to be trying to probably pepper you with ranged attacks if they get the opportunity. And then it is going to be Kit's go. Kit, who does not have the fire damage because I
fire
messed that up.
damage.
No
Yeah.
fire damage for Kit.
Yeah, but how am I supposed to use my blunt if I don't have some fire? Am I the only one engaged with Slippery Shark at this point?
At this moment, yes.
Okay. Then I'm gonna keep Slippery Shark on his toes with another round of power sword strikes. But I would also like to give my what is it called? My ranger thing, heart of the team. So I can as a free action shift one dice up. But I would love to give it to Aethelflaed. Since I believe they're after me. And
yes, correct.
And I'll just look at him and narrow that gap, get that witch. And then I'm gonna go strike. Slippery Shark. 17.
That will hit.
Yeah.
Let's go. That's gonna be. It's gonna be 1 sharp for that.
Okay. What does that look like?
Actually, no. I'm gonna use 2 hands, so I'm gonna make that two sharp.
2 sharp. Very cool.
I want to say that. I want to try to disable that boomerang if I can, or try to strike towards that thing, or whatever hand he's utilizing.
So tell you what. So since you're using it with the 2-handed ability to deal 2 damage.
Yes.
I will let you choose to, instead of dealing that 2 damage to him directly and taking his health down, I will let you instead have that 2 damage strike destroy the boomerang if you would prefer.
I would prefer that because that long range shit is a bitch.
All right. Yeah, he's trying to parry your blades, and with a mighty overhand strike, you cleft the boomerang in twain. Just like, oh man, my fan.
Yeah. Boomer dome, brud. But I think that's all I can do at this point.
Honestly, not a bad strategy. That removes his ranged option.
Exactly. Now it's one-on-one here. Eye contact.
Right. And then it's going to be Aethelflaed's go.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to try to close the distance. And what I'd really love to do is try to sever. I'd like to get my Zord's arm back. I fixed it, but I want this one back.
You would still like to get the original pieces back.
Like
on principle.
Just on principle. I just don't want this bitch to have them.
Yeah. An incredibly valid impulse.
Right. So what does that bonus you gave me, Kit? What does that give me?
It upshifts your dice by 1. So whatever you utilize, you can use a higher dice.
Cool. All right. So I think this is targeting, right? You
were trying to hit them long range?
Yeah, I'm still just hucking stuff at them.
Okay, cool.
I'm sort of following them and throwing my spears.
Right, gotcha. Keeping pressure up. Okay.
Keeping pressure up.
Cool. Yeah, that would be targeting.
Okay. We're gonna roll. And I'm gonna re-roll that D20 because I can re-roll 2s due to my aptitude augmenter for targeting. And that's going to be a 26.
That will hit.
Get him.
Excellent. Okay. That does 1 energy.
1 energy. Cool.
So each individual spear ends up that sort of, she's almost kind of conjuring sort of briefly looks like a little dragon's head, a little dragon's mouth, as it sort of like is launched and then sinks its little fangs into her nasty witchy flesh.
Yeah. Pew, 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 pew,
Pew 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 pew.
She's not loving it.
Well,
Could love it more.
well,
Now,
but she ain't dead.
not dead, no.
Not decaying into sand. That's too bad.
Yeah. So we're going to be back up at the top of the order with Helen. Actually, since we're starting a new round, for Kit and Aethelflaed, do you want to try and roll a d4 and go d4 under Parker?
Would love it.
Yeah,
I rolled a
would love that.
2, so that puts me at 20.
Cool.
I rolled a 1 on that D4, so it's a 13.
I mean, honestly, that's better for you. So you're going in on 23.
Oh, I get 23 now?
Yeah, it's less, so it's 22 minus whatever you roll. 1d4.
Oh. Well, fuck yeah.
Or sorry,
Okay.
21, I guess I should say. Yeah, that's what I should
21.
say.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right,
I
so
love
that
that. Thank you.
is
Bless.
now a 21 for Kit and a 20 for Aethelflaed.
Mm-hmm.
Very
So
cool.
we're 24, 22, 21, 20.
Yes.
Okay, let's fuck their shit up. Let's go.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you definitely have the initiative on this round.
The
So,
momentum shift. Let's go.
Yep. Okay.
incidentally,
Yes.
everyone sort of zeroing in using Parker's follow me ability. What does this look like in terms of a team dynamic?
It's got to be the frame cuts where it's like all of us in one
Absolutely.
frame
Mm-hmm.
with swords or whatever.
Does
Like-
Parker say anything or do anything as part of trying to kind of convince his teammates to follow his lead?
Yeah, I think we'll do the split screen cuts where we're all on screen, and then Parker just sort of like moving the axe across the screen to get a better grip on it. Says,
Yeah, just
had
fucking
fun.
grip it and rip it, baby. Slop
Says,
that
hell
down,
yeah.
dude.
Extraordinarily.
Crack one for the big
Parker
boy.
says, hell yeah, grip it and rip it. Slap it.
no, he
Crack
moves
one
the
for
axe,
the big boys.
moves the axe across his face, and says, "Beach is closed. Time to hit the bricks."
Also, thank you so much for the donation.
Thank you so much for the
Thank
donation.
you.
Thank you.
Helen just laughs, and I think I'm going to. It looks like Kit's got the witchblade, or not the witchblade, the shark handled. Got him on the ropes, and I don't like the spooky bitch. I don't like
We'll
the
say-
spooky bitch.
I will say so. The witchblade is looking pretty damaged. Slippery Shark is actually still looking pretty hale. Though he did get his boomerang broken, and he's very sad about that.
He is sad about that. All right. If Parker and Ethel, oh my god.
You just call her Flay.
Aethelflaed. You can
Flay.
Aethelflaed or just Flay.
So you've been Flay in my notes. So
You can just call her Flay.
yeah.
I'll know you
so
mean.
so I think seeing the spooky bitch, I don't like her. I don't like the spooky bitch. But you seem to have murderous intent. And Parker's here. So Helen's gonna continue what she does best, which is bopping around. I do also have Nimble Fighter, so in theory I could bop her once and bop over to the shark. But I will instead go over to the shark so that I can use my strike bonus and shift up on bopping him around.
All right.
Ooh, that's a 6. And 11, 19.
That will hit.
Okay, with the two-handed sledgehammer strike. That's going to be 2 blunts.
2 blunt. All right.
2 blunt.
What does that look like?
I think it's you see just the close up of the feet where they just like put the 2 feet together and then jump like that, and it just like and then it just sends like across the screen. It doesn't matter how far away they are in the combat. I just do the little jump. I say the haya, and then I just land, and I just like swing like it's a croquet mallet, and I'm just like going for his ankles, his little shark ankles.
Yeah, no, I think you fully just in a circular motion, just make him go full ass over tea kettle, full 180. Just whoa.
And Helen just notoriously is part of this, refuses to give a pun or a one-liner. I haven't done it a single fight, and I will not start now. Helen just kind of stands over it and just goes, "Stay down."
Haven't done it a single fight yet.
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 I'm holding on to that cynical tag on Helen's character sheet, and I'm holding on to it for dear life.
All right, Parker's go.
Yeah, I think Parker. Helen jumps away. Parker, having leapt over the arm and struck at it, sort of slides to a stop, brings the axe down to kind of a lower grip, and says, I think like I'm gonna use another power strike before I attack, and so I think this like reddish fire energy that's not actually fire but it's just energy erupts around the axe, and he slides to a stop and says to Witchblade, "I guess no one told you what this festival was for. No sandwiches allowed." And he is going to charge in. And just, I think we'll call it, like, he yells out, like, Phoenix Flame Strike, as he just sort of, like, sweeps the axe up from the low position.
So much less important than no sandwiches allowed.
No sandwiches allowed. And just, like, a big red, like, a gash of energy gets left behind as he pulls it up. Well, they added in post. And I'm going to roll all of my dice. Uh, 23.
All right. Yep. That'll do it.
That is going to be 2 more blunts.
Very cool. As you fully cleft off the arm in question, it falls to the sand, begins to kind of fall apart into its constituent pieces, no longer animated by the necrotic techno magic that animated it. Witchblade staggers and stumbles backward across sand, sparks and ichor coming from where it was attached to them. "You haven't seen the last of me, my pretties." And they are going to disappear.
That.
Rude.
Yeah, didn't even stick around to get big or nothing.
No,
Yeah.
it didn't.
I don't know. That
The
means
shark
the
is still
shark's
there,
gonna
though,
get
isn't
big.
it?
Shark is still there. Shark's still sharking. Shark's
still
having a great
sharking.
time.
Shark's having
Shark's
a great
partying
time.
down. This is what the shark came here to do, baby.
Wow.
I've ruined that shark's dancing career.
Not if he's standing on the left.
Hey.
Yeah, bringing back 10-year-old memes. So, Kit, it's your go.
Let's see. I mean, how far am I from everyone else? Because I do have my "you got the" skill that I can give people health back if anybody needs some health now. I can give it, or we can save for later.
Gonna kill that dog.
Well, thank you so much for the. Still going.
All the bad guys.
The dogs.
Oh, no.
No.
Thank you so much for the gifted subs. However, unfortunately, I am sorry for anyone who was not aware that was going to happen. Subs do cause beloved Dimension 20 TTRPG creator Brendan Lee Mulligan to kill a dog.
For every month you've been subscribed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm up to like 40 some. I'm a monster.
Yeah, when all the admins come in and renew our subs at the same time.
Oh, it's
bad.
It's a travesty.
It's like when PETA goes to the puppy mills.
Like they really should arrest
straight
us.
up murdering all the dogs.
We're not supposed to talk about the bit this much.
Oh, sorry.
It's so It's so dark if we talk about it.
But we've been doing it for so long, we can't not do the bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
I avoid the bit. I staunchly avoid the bit by showing
The
up.
more you think about the bit, the worse it is.
It's a great bit.
One day he's gonna find out, and we're just
One day he's gonna find out, but he has to talk to us.
Yeah,
We'll stop.
True. Yeah.
But he has to talk to us
Yeah,
first.
exactly. 100%. Yeah.
Him or his legal team.
You know, I'll count it.
I'll take it. It's a degree of separation.
Anyway, Kit, I'm standing like right next to you.
Are you hurt? Do you need health?
I took fire damage. I think the person who needs it more though is Flay.
Flay. Yeah. Is Flay? You're good.
You
That's
got
good.
You got crushed, and oh, that's right. You're immune to fire.
I'm
You're
immune to fire.
I took one fire, but
I took one.
have
I have one blood.
4.
I'm okay.
Okay, if everybody's okay, then.
Yeah,
but
I'm pretty okay.
I do have the ability to heal people with the power of friendship and words. But if this is
just
shark
had fun.
prone,
Grip it,
does
baby.
one get
Slop that down,
advantage
dude.
on strikes
Yeah,
and one is
dude, crack
prone?
one for the big boy.
Is he on the ground?
thank you so much for the donation. We got another
Yes.
donation.
Thank you so
We
much
really
for the
appreciate
donations.
it.
We really appreciate it. So in this case, the prone was in this case only a flavor thing. The shark, although you do think now the shark is on the ground, that if you do not do something momentarily, he might burrow into the sand.
Oh well, yeah, no, not that. Yeah, I'm gonna stab him with my sword. I'm gonna charcuterie this shark.
Please say we're making charcuterie. Please say we're making charcuterie.
Okay. The momentum is shifting. I have a 21.
Okay,
Let's go. I'm gonna use both hands and do a downward strike. I'm gonna like jump up into the air, and I'm gonna try to pin him to the sand with a strike straight to like the abdomen or something like that. Just nice, nice and ornamental.
You are successful. You have this shark pinned like a butterfly.
Yeah, let's heat up the oil and let's fry this fish.
Oh, he looks so rubbery.
And Aethelflaed, it's your turn.
I do actually think we had a toy of this thing at a friend's house, but my friend's little brother had chewed off the little shoulder fins.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was
As
that very specific type of rubber that if you were 5 years old was like irresistible to bite. Like
Oh,
Best
yeah.
thing on teeth.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
Best mouthfeel.
Yeah. So I am going to I think Aethelflaed is sort of like briefly sort of like looking off into the distance where the witch blade had disappeared from, is going to let out like a heart-rending cry of rage and despair, is going to spin around and huck 2 spears at the shark. And so I gonna reroll that one because I can, because of my skill. That is going to be a 23.
Okay, that'll hit.
Okie dokie. So that's gonna be 2 energy.
Ooh, all right. And the spears come down and further pin this shark to the sand. So he's trying to break free. Just like, okay, come on, guys. Actually, any sort of like, as far as you can tell, as much as you can tell where the shark is looking with its dead beady doll eyes, says, hey, anybody, I could use a little help here. And as he says that, the sky darkens suddenly. There is a roll of thunder as an arc of lightning reaches down from the sky, striking Slippery Shark. And as it does so, all of you are blasted backward from a shockwave. You are not damaged, just had the wind knocked out of you. And you see that the electricity pulsing through Slippery Shark's body is causing him to grow.
No, he's big.
Yeah, he's a big guy now.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And you are confronted suddenly with this titanically proportioned slippery shark towering over you. Sorry, kids. It's Adult Swim.
Wow.
Damn. Did you practice that in the mirror?
So you guys have a new problem. What do you guys want to do about it?
I'm gonna call my Zord.
Yeah, I think it's Zord calling time.
I think it's Zordon time.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's time for the babies. The goodest boys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Our friends.
Let's show them that we're not playing around. Zords.
All right. Since we have a good number of people who were not here last time, the first time you summoned your Zords, I want to describe what their Zord looks like coming out of wherever place that it is that it conveniently gets to here, an urban city, in a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah, well, I remember where mine is.
Mine's is in the forest, in the woods.
It's
running.
10:45 p.m. Do you know where your Zords are?
My Zord is in a hole in a cave right off of the local quarry that every town with a Power Rangers team has, and he
Quarry is extremely important.
Yeah, and the yellow griffin rampant Zord comes clawing its way out, and it shakes off the little sand, and then it flaps its little wings, and it leaps on over.
Did mine just come down from the sky?
I think so.
I think it did. I think it
Yeah.
blocked the sun for a second and then came
that
down.
sounds right. That sounds right.
I was trying to think if there was like a
Dive.
volcano thing or anything.
Yeah, there wouldn't be a volcano around. That's the obvious one. No, I think the sky gets dark because it sort of blots out the sun for a second, and then it sort of like peregrine dives down through the clouds.
Just like where rather everyone's like, guys, Mount St. Helen just keeps erupting, and it's a problem.
Mount Grail Cove.
Yeah, Mount.
Oh.
It won't stop. The geologists are losing their minds.
Mine is running out of the woods fast as possible, charging. You get the little anime gleam on the horn as it does. Yeah.
I think Aethelflaed's Zord comes sort of like serpentining out of the water and just very much in the reverse of Parker's. Like instead of diving down out of the sky, peregrining down out of the sky, it kind of explodes out of the water, a sinuous four-legged dragon.
All incredibly sick.
With one golden arm.
Yes.
Didn't get around to painting that before got to Grail Cove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard to find the right color, like at like, space.
You really gotta match the shades,
like-
and at a certain point, you just gotta repaint the whole.
Finding a
Zord.
Sherwin-Williams in space, hard.
It's been 900 years. They don't even make that color anymore.
Do you know how many lapis lazuli I would have had to smash up to make this kind of
Your
blue?
sword.
To paint my Zord? Insane. I got that kind of money.
Yeah.
Power Ranging don't pay.
It's true.
Amen.
Power Ranging don't pay.
Just look at Parker.
I got so many jobs. I should be doing one right now. All right. Yeah, I mean, I think from the cockpit, from the Phoenix Zord cockpit, I think Parker will say over the comms, this one's looking a little small. Let's throw it back.
No.
Rampant Megazord formation.
Yeah, yes to that, but never say that again. Right?
I won't unless we fight another fish-based monster, and then I probably will.
Kit, you're on my side with this, right?
What was that?
I'm pretty sure he said something crudely sexual.
No.
Yeah. That sounds like Parker.
No, I just didn't think it was funny.
No, it was about because you can't catch anything that's under a certain size. You have to throw it.
This conversation is going on like while your Zords are changing and configuring. This is going on over the comms.
As we like walk and like the parts that you don't see on camera where like the cockpits merge, you have to like leave one cockpit to go into the Megazord cockpit.
You open that door in the back of the thing, and it's just like, what did you fucking
just
say?
like the regular ass door in the back of the Megazord cockpit.
Okay, I don't want to complain.
It's just the door to the soundstage behind.
I don't want to complain, but we'd been doing this for like 3 weeks before Mirrodin gave us our Zords, and I'm just saying, new guy.
So I will say, incidentally, so the Dragon Sword currently actually does not have a way to integrate with the other Zords. There is a way to do it. There is a form that involves the Dragon Sword, but it requires the involvement of another Zord.
Oh, shit.
Currently, you do not know the whereabouts of Manticore Rampant. So at present, Griffin, Unicorn, and Phoenix can form the Rampant Megazord, and the Dragon Zord can continue to act in support of the Megazord. But without the Manticore Zord, they cannot create the ultimate form.
This is not even our final form.
No, it's not.
I think Aethelflaed will sort of relay all of that. I can't join in on the Megazord without Manticore Rampant. Have any of you seen him?
Mirrodin didn't even tell us about you, let alone another one.
Megazord cockpit. Parker looks at Kit and Helen is just like,
Mirrodin doesn't say a lot of things.
Well, usually it's like riddles, but
See, it's like I agree and I disagree. He says a lot, but he says nothing.
Yeah. I think he probably told you about me, but you didn't notice because it was probably in some kind of in the years that have passed since something, and you fell the fuck asleep, which is correct.
He does say a lot of stuff like that.
Slippery Shark is
Also-
actively walking towards the city in the middle
I'm
of this
going
conversation.
to lay down suppressing fire if you would very much like to start murdering this thing.
More like suppressing water.
Sure. All right. Yeah, I will just start doing that.
All right, yeah, go ahead. Fire away.
More like water away.
More like water away. Okay, so D8 effect 2. We're gonna call that. Can I switch the energy on this from electric to just energy, or
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I'm just gonna reskin it. And okay, so that is gonna be. Oh wait, no, that's a D8. And I'm going to re-roll both of those because that was a 1 and a 2. Good. Fuck. I throw away these dice, but they're on my computer. So that is going to be a 15. Wait.
Let's see.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
He's a big target.
He's a big target.
Oh, there's a ranged attack that you said, right?
It is a ranged attack. It ignores armor.
Okay, cool. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So that does beat his evasion.
Okay.
All right. What's that look like?
Effect. Essentially what it looks like is the dragon comes down and just full on does a flamethrower attack. Like it's like Drogon coming through and just belching flame. And it does 2 fire
Okay.
damage. Just sort of like dumping napalm on this shark. They didn't have war crimes when Aethelflaed was fighting. That wasn't a thing that existed at the time.
Oh no.
The concept of human rights did not exist.
Aethelflaed, we're gonna have a long talk with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to sit you down. I'm gonna have to power through. Have you ever heard of this thing called Schoolhouse Rock? Because if you've got 3 hours, I got a fun little crash course for you.
I know all of those words, but something tells me I don't know them in context. So, all right, I'll watch your presentation.
All right, Megazords go.
All right, so we're formed up.
We are formed up, and we have an ability. We have what we used last time, which is our enhanced melee attack. You can only use it once per scene. Which is the I don't remember what we called it. It was like the rampant phoenix slash or something. It was the cape, basically. It was the feather cape.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I wrote it down.
Once again, everyone just frantically flipping through like the 3-ring binders of the Megazord manual.
Yep.
Basically, it just deals 3 times the normal level of damage as our strongest melee attack with the damage type of our choice.
Oh, we're the heraldic Megazord.
Yes, right. That's what it is. The heraldic.
That's right.
What we are. Yeah, and we turned the bladed feather cloak slashing it. Yep.
Yes. So our strongest melee attack, scrolling down, which I believe is just melee attack is 2 sharp damage.
I think that is correct.
So it'd be 6 fire sharp damage if we want to just go straight in on that.
I feel like now's the time to do it.
Let's turn him into chum.
Okay. Does somebody else want to roll it this time since I rolled it last time?
I can roll it. What is it? Again, it's the D20 and...
I believe it's D6.
D20, D6, and then I'm not adding anything, right? It's just those two.
Yeah, I believe so.
I think those are the two of us. 22.
Okay, that will hit. And how much damage was that in total?
6 6 fire.
6. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. All right.
It's our biggest one. We're hitting him with the big gun.
Yeah, that is it's a big gun. He has a lot of health, but he just took 2 and he just took 6. So yeah.
Blow that shark up. Put that street shark down.
Yeah. And you want to describe for the audience who was not here last time what your ultimate attack looks like?
Well, yeah, I mean, Julia, you're doing it this time.
So it's so with the way we are formed, the phoenix part has formed like this long feathery cape, but it's not real feathers, it's sharp ass metal, and we kind of in melee range of the big old shark turn our whole Megazord body with enough speed and force that it whips the cape around, and fire kind of like follows the trajectory of the curve and then slices across the shark and just drags that fire. And then we end with our back to the shark as he, does his little shakes, and the fire explosions go off in the background.
Whoa, no! And
we turn away as it explodes in the fire.
Yeah.
we don't look at it. We don't look at it.
We don't look at it.
We don't look at it. Never do.
No, and not just because you don't respect the shark.
Parker can't resist saying these unholy compulsions that just erupt out of his body ever since he became a Power Ranger. He says, "That fish is fried."
Oh. I think Helen's just gonna be like, I think I liked snakes for nothing better. I did.
They can't all be snakes for nothing.
I guess, but like I just liked it better.
It's the fish fry festival. It's the fish and chips festival.
Oh.
Topical.
Topical. Staying on brand.
That's something that you and Kit understand together is branding. You guys have that.
But clearly you all understand how to put down a monster.
And indeed, the battle is won for the most part. Still not sure what happened to Witchblade, but you are able to disengage. The danger has passed.
Wow.
So, drinks at Mirrodin's? I feel like he's got some explaining to do.
Yeah, a little bit.
He does.
You're muted, Will.
Guys, I am starting to think that she is not new.
Yeah, I'll like turn calm off for a second. Yeah, bro, she's like almost like 1,000 years old. I'm just saying.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wish she'd said something.
And we are going to reconvene back at Mirrodin's Tower.
Just
Yep.
Kit's gonna do the usual bit, get to the chair at the table and prop up their feet on it. Helmet off.
And Parker will be like, Mirrodin, you got some splaining to do.
And I think, Aethelflaed, so this tower was not, it was not in Grail Cove when you knew Mirrodin, but the inside is actually still quite similar to what you remember.
I think Aethelflaed walks in last after Parker says, "You've got some splaining to do." And she just walks in. She is actually holding one of her spears, like holding like a staff, and like just gripping it with white knuckles. And she looks and says, "Yes, explain why you abandoned us."
Oh shit.
Mirrodin emerges from his alcove. It's always hard to read his expression. And there is a long pause as he looks across at Aethelflaed. I'm afraid those who are themselves lost cannot seek.
I've been alone, waiting for any kind of contact for hundreds of years. Not a word. Not when their morphers returned. Johannes, Budwin, Siren. I didn't even see them die.
He was cast out as you were on celestial torrent. It was riven, broken. My body and you hear him kind of inhale in a way that you haven't really before. Like, you were sort of conscious that Mirrodin breathes, but he's actually never sounded quite this old before. And Aethelflaed, you would notice that it does appear that beneath his robes that he has many more cybernetic augmentations than he had when you knew him. I could not continue the quest. Wanted to find all of you. If I could, reached you. If I could have sent word, I would. But we were scattered across the cosmos. Pebbles thrown in the surf. So I returned to Earth, where I could wait for you. He gestures at spots where red, green, and yellow used to sit. They returned in time. So not as I would have hoped. I did not dare to hope that you might live, that any might live. Still I waited. What else could I do?
They have such things now on this planet. You could have sent word. Great lasers beaming things into space. I'd have heard. She throws her spear down and reaches into her cloak and just pulls out like an ancient bottle. And she sort of sets it down gently on the table and says, I'm furious with you. I'm angrier than I've ever been. That'll be for later. Now we drink to our friends. And she finds 2 cups, and then looking around, goes back and grabs 3 more, puts them down on the table, and pours a drink into each. And she says to Mirden, I don't know if you drink. I don't know if you eat. But you will now. And she hands them to you, and she says, to Johannes, the man who has the worst puns I ever heard in my life, until perhaps today. The Bloodwyn, mighty huntress. And there's just a little bit of a hitch in her voice. And she says, Siren, my love. And just takes the shot.
Parker will take the glass, but kind of quietly to hell it as he pulls up to his lips. He's like, I don't think she has a serve safe certification. That bottle's really dusty.
What a lovely day!
Just do it. Just do
Okay,
it.
all right, fine.
Just do it.
Takes the shot.
Helen's
Thank you
just
for the raid, also.
Yes, thank you so much
Thank
for
you for
the
the
raid.
Incredible moment.
Deeply
to raid
emotional
on.
moment.
Yeah. We're doing Power Rangers ostensibly and raising money for charity. We are in the process of wrapping up, but we're not quite there yet. As you all drink or don't drink, I imagine Aethelflaed drinks quite a bit, and tells the stories of the Rangers that were before, and processes what it's like to be home, in a manner of speaking, after centuries lost in the void. We pan around the table to Mirrodin standing, not sitting, but taking the glass, and you think he doesn't lift it to his lips. Instead, there is a tube that he produces from somewhere within his robes
Not the
that he
proboscis.
that he dips into the glass.
You didn't have to do this.
He
Not the
did.
This is a
proboscis.
choice that you made.
We all know that's not true.
We all knew he had
You're
to
having
do
such
the
a-
proboscis. You know he had to do
The
it to him.
heartfelt time. It's gone.
We can't
Pan-
take Mirrodin anywhere.
Never.
We pan around to Aethelflaed in. Oh, thank you so much for the follow.
Mm.
To Aethelflaed, the dragon, to Helen, the griffin, to Parker, the phoenix, to Kit, the unicorn, and to one of the yet empty chairs. Elsewhere in our warehouse from before, the workbenches are in chaos. Several of the clay figurines have been cast to the floor. Newsprint shredded. Still the machine churns on. The voice, like glass on porcelain, speaks again. Well, I think that, all told, that went rather well. As out of the shadows, one of the putties emerges, approaching the figure, toiling away in some amount of emotional turmoil, and slides keycard for Cranston Technologies across the workbench towards him. I got you what you asked for. That much closer to both of us getting what we want. Camera moves down over demolished workstation, in amongst bits of personal belongings, over faded newspaper clippings about the opening of new laboratories, about strange illnesses, about the passing of people, the community, and finally to a metallic bracer embedded with crystal and circuitry and emblazoned with a rampant manticore. And that is where we're going to end this episode.
Dang.
Thank you so much to everybody
Dang.
for hanging out.
Woo.
Hope you guys enjoyed the beach episode. Was it everything you ever hoped for?
Always. Always.
I said it before. I stand by it. I love a beach episode.
Mhm,
Beach
mhm.
episodes are great.
So I think we'll have everybody go left to right. Everybody wants to do their outros and everything.
That's me, I guess. Hi, hello. Technically, it would be Brennan, but I guess Brennan can go last for once, since normally we do things alphabetically. Hi, hello. My name is Will. I was your rampant Phoenix Red Ranger, Parker Mills. tonight, throwing puns around. He can't control himself. It's the ghost of the past Red Ranger speaking through him, maybe. That's yeah. I was Parker Mills. You can find me all over the internet at @AWillmScream. I keep saying all over the internet. It's mostly Blue Sky these days, kind of, where I've mostly just been ranting about Jujutsu Kaisen and how season 2 is bad, actually. I mean, don't come after me, but I have opinions. I will be back here Sunday night running Academy H, our Masks actual play podcast about teen superheroes. We're recording it live, probably, unless there's a scheduling conflict. I have not asked if everybody is free yet, but then you can find me Monday night over at Entropy Emporium running Fall of the Ashen Throne, a 5e D&D game. It's political, where they're about to fight a giant smoke monster.
Shit.
And we'll see what happens with that. And then that's pretty much it. Oh, I did forget. Actually, that's not true. Tomorrow night, I will also be over at Entropy Emporium running God Complex, a game about making the corpses of dead gods into mech suits and fighting space kaiju at the end of the universe. Over at Entropy Emporium, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It should be a very good time. If you liked all of the feelings from tonight, you will enjoy God Complex. I can promise you that. Anyway, that's it for me. Moving on over to Eli.
Hello, hi. My name's Eli. I was your Green Ranger Rampant unicorn. And when I'm not hanging out here on Live from the Apocalypse, I am the resident ghost over at Mayday Roleplay. We're an AP content creation team making fancy, sad boys stuff. I won't, not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday, we will be returning with our Vampire the Masquerade campaign, Vegas by Night, as our coterie is planning to heist the Ventru and frame the Hakata. And you can come and see what that means and what that looks like. But other than that, you can find me all over social media, same as Will, mainly on Blue Sky, but I am lurking around in other places. Where you can see stuff that other stuff that I do. I make games. I am a pro GM with a Dungeon Meshi inspired campaign going on. So if you like all of those stuff, come find me and let's hang out and play some games. But that is all.
Julia.
Hi, I'm Julia. I've been Helen Matthews, and you can find me at Hexlet on all social media platforms because I will protect my brand, if nothing else. Every other Thursday, but not this Thursday, I'm usually here in our Never Embers Enigma heist game. I say heist as if we're not currently in the astral plane doing other things, where I play a little celestial half-elf warlock, and ACAB includes Lavinia Hale. Every other Saturday I'm here playing Kelly Violet in Class Reunion, where we do a little coup about it. She's really wanting to do a little coup about it, but this Sunday I'll be here with Academy H, where I will be Lyra Kroll, aka Crucible, doing some superhero stuff. And by superhero stuff, I mean moving, because I've just been ever so politely kicked out of my home by my older brother. And usually this is where I would say that everything I do here at Live from the Apocalypse. I live here, I die here. But that's not technically true this week, because Monday I will be at Tales from the Table Studio, where they are raising money for victims of the LA fires. I'm going to be at a Monster of the Week game, and it's looking like it's going to be a high magic table. We are. There's a Spellslinger, there's the Monstrous, there's the Divine, and there's a Summoned there. We are all going to have a real fun time finding out where everyone in this one town just up and went. So see what that's about. That's going to be at, I believe, 9 over at Tales on Monday. So check that out.
I was going to say, if by superhero stuff you mean getting her feelings hurt. Yes, accurate.
That's just because you're a bully.
No, that's because you took the Hurt My Feelings playbook.
That's
did.
True.
Thank you, Della. Thank you.
So what? So what if I took that playbook and then wrote 78 pages of her getting her feelings hurt? It's irrelevant.
Not an exaggeration.
I may have done this before in games. So hi, I'm Della. I have been the blue Aethelflaed, the blue ranger rampant, dragon rampant, and you can find me here when things are going correctly. You can find me here pretty much every Thursday, where I am also playing gnomish sorcerer, gnomish wizard, not a sorcerer. Jesus Christ, can you imagine? Gnomish wizard B, who is having a real normal one, has got a friend who's a talky space rock that she has to hide from her boss, the headmaster of the Blackstaff Academy. It's fine. My roommate's a cop, but she helped me steal the rock, so she's probably not going to get me in further trouble. It'll be fine. You can also find me on alternating Thursdays with that. I am in Redacted, which is a psychological horror game using the homebrewed synchronicity system, where I'm basically playing a haunted duplex right now, where I'm just chock full of ghosts, including a park ranger, a innocent journalism student from pre-World War II, a cult leader who likes to burn people to death, and a German World War I veteran psychologist. All of those are kind of sharing bodies, and that's cool. You can also find me again on Live from the Apocalypse on second and fourth Mondays, where I run Thy Kingdom Come, our What If Percy Jackson Was His Dark Materials dark theology game, where we are presently, I believe, in the basement of in the restricted section of the archives, and a German brain in a jar is now menacing you. I'm saying you specifically to Brendan, who is, I believe, the person being actively menaced.
I'm doing fine. I'm having a great time.
And that is what I do. I guess you can find me also on Blue Sky at Derla Kernlands. That's me.
I'm not used to you having social media, so I didn't put it on the overlay. But yes,
I do have a social media now.
it's true.
Kind of. I just re-skeet Ada Palmer as much as possible.
Now we just have to get Brendan on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I am Brendan. I have been everyone else tonight. Not that I think you could tell with my voice. But I'm not really places. Maybe I'll get on Blue Sky. I guess I'm on Instagram technically, but I just it's mostly minis and my cats. That's kind of it. That's all I do. And I'm mostly just on Live from the Apocalypse for the most part, though I've been thinking about branching out. When I'm not doing Rangers Rampant for Wildcard Wednesday, I am a player in Academy H. Alongside Will and Julia, I play Alex Sandowski, aka Victory, using the Legacy playbook, getting into Silver Age himbo shenanigans. I also play in Thy Kingdom Come, the dystopian high school AU Urban Shadows campaign, the Della runs, where I play Sepher, teenage Frankenstein Thembo, V2 Rocket in a trench coat, really going through it, especially right now as they are in the basement of the Forbidden Library, hooked up to a beat computer, being menaced by a German brain in a jar, trying to figure out how to stop the world from being made not. Yeah. I'm also the GM for Cryptid Community College. I'm also the Week Actual Play podcast. There's between seasons right now. And I think that is everything that I am doing at this exact moment, though it's always changing. So if you want to follow us, you can join the Discord community. It's full of a lot of very cool people, if I do say so myself.
Brendan, I think technically wouldn't Sepher be a teenage Frankenstein's monster? Thembo? V2 Rocket in a trench coat? That's going to do it for us here tonight at Live from the Apocalypse. We're going to disappear in just a second, but we're going to raid Jess the Human, who's running a Project Hope charity stream tonight. So come along, be friendly, say hi. If you want to give them money, you can give them money. They are doing a great job. They already passed their goal tonight, but every little bit helps for a cause like Project Hope right now. So yeah, if you want to, feel free to that. But that's going to do it for us here tonight, live from the apocalypse. So say goodnight, everybody.
Good night,
Good night,
everybody.
everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Okay.